And tell me those four. You said Shirya, Asanga, Vyathate.
Hmm.
But what was the first one, please?
Yeah, let me go back here. Uh, शिष्येण वक्तव्यम् संक्षेपतः
That is
दिगम्य
4.4
योऽपि
4.22 ma.
mm,
20.
correct. Agrihyah. First thing I said agrihyah, not perceivable. Then I said ashiryah, not declining. Then we said asangaha. Then we said asitaha and navyatate go together. Asitaha means navyatate. And then that's about it.
Asitaha is never
Narishyate.
damaged. Is
Hmm?
that Asitaha is never damaged? Is that right?
Correct, correct, correct. Never affected, never damaged. Mm.
Agrihyaha is not
Agrihyah, not perceived. Grahanam. Grahanam.
Grahana.
It is agrihyah. You can't grasp it anyway through all our karmendriyas and jnanendriyas.
Okay. And just a clarification, Bhaashyam is added to Sutram, right?
Sutram is Sutram, Bhashyam is Bhashyam. Okay?
Okay.
There is no connection between the two. So Bhashyam is Bhashyam. But Bhashyam of what if you say Bhashyam of the Sutram? Commentary on the Sutram.
Okay.
Like our Upanishad, mantra is there and then Bhashyam is there. Mantra is a sutra. Or you can talk about Brahma Sutram, Athato Brahma Jigyasa. There are some 500 plus sutras there, which is very important for us. And
Thank
here
you.
Panini, Ashtadhyayi sutras are there. And Patanjali Mahabhashya sutras are there. People study that also. Okay. And Dharma sutras are there. Panini, Jaimini has written sutras on the Karma Kanda portion. Athatu Dharma Jignasa. Massive. Massive means massive. Sutra text itself is big. Now you can imagine how big Bhashyam will be. Brahma Sutram, which we study, Athato Brahma Jignasa, Veda Vyasa has taken up the task to figure out what exactly the Upanishads are talking about. How do you know Upanishad is talking about Nirguram Brahma, Jivo, Brahmaiva Naparaha and all? How do you know? Because my teacher told me. Correct. That's how we know. But that's not enough. When you get into the bottom of it, you got to stand on your own. Correct? And so this Brahma Sutram becomes critical for us, for teachers and for people who want to know. It's not necessary. For a student, it's not necessary because its statement becomes obvious after a while. But because there are competing views out there, you have to prove that this type of interpretation only is correct. That proof that Veda Vyasa does it. 500 and some 80 sutras are there. Last 7-8 months we've been studying one class a week. We are still in the fourth sutra. We have not completed it. Bhaashyam, Shankara Bhaashyam. See, okay. Athato Brahma Jignasa, first sutram. Janmadhyasya Yataha, second sutram. And then Shastra Yonitvat, third sutram. And then fourth sutram is called Tattu Samanvayat. And Shankaracharya's commentary is there. And then the Tika is there of this one, Ratnaprabha Tika is there. And then Puja Swamiji is teaching the Tika. And we are sitting now here. You see, big thing. Some parampara is there, no? Where the Vyasa onwards. And wait, the phone is ringing. That is how it all works. Good. Any? Okay. This one. Yeah. Prasanna and Hema.
Namaste, Guruji. When you were explaining the definition of a sutram, the word asandigdham, I didn't note down what it meant.
Asandigdham. Sandeha. Sandeha means samshaya. Samshaya means doubt. Asandigdham. That which when understood properly cannot create any doubt in a person. Means it can't be vague. Okay, let's put it that way. There is no vagueness. That's it. That is the meaning of asandigdham. You can't study it and say it's so vague. No, it's not vague. Chance illa. That is called asandigdham. The teacher should be clear and then, of course, be able to communicate that to the student.
Thank you.
Absence of vagueness. That is asandigdham. Yeah, Hemaji, then Meera Narayana.
Unambiguous.
Huh?
I said unambiguous.
Oh, okay, you can say that. Unambiguous. That's good. That's a good one. Unambiguous.
Namaste, Guruji. Agrihyam and agrahyam rendu vare meaning illa vereya?
Same thing.
இல்லையா? ஓகே ஓகே. ஏன்னா நான் அக்ராஹியம்னு எழுதியிருந்தேன், அப்புறம் அக்ரிஹியம்னு மாத்தினேன். ஸோ ஐ ஹேட் அ டவுட், ரெண்டும் ஒன்னே மாதிரி. இட் சவுண்டட் சேம் மீனிங் டு மீ. ஓகே, அப்ப அந்த இதுக்கு வந்து
yeah, it means agrahyam. Let's put it that way.
ஓகே. அந்த இதுக்கு கோத்ராபத்தியம் சொல்லுவோம். when just now you explained விராட் பிரம்மா, விராட் பிரம்மா அண்ட் இது ஈஸ்வரா சொன்னது, அது வந்து கோத்ராபத்தியம்னு அபத்திய அர்த்தேன்னு வார்த்தை, அதில் கோத்ராபத்தியம்னு ஒரு வார்த்தை சொல்லுவோம். தட் இஸ் வாட் இட் இஸ். தசரத அஸ்யாபத்தியம் புமான் தாசரதிஹி. பட் தசரதற்கு முன் இதுலயே வார்த்தை ராமா இஸ் கோத்ராபத்தியம் டு த earlier forefathers of Dasharatha. அந்த மாதிரி சொல்றது கோத்ராபத்தியம். Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, Guru.
Good. Next, Meera and Narayana.
Namaste, Guruji. This slightly about Swamiji's talks I was listening to. He was talking about an example of tree and trying to explain mithya. So he was saying the treeness in a tree, and when you separated the object, it has to be a tree, but then without the treeness it cannot be a tree, and so that much is fine. So he was trying to say the incidental quality, it is incidental. But then I was trying to understand, then in that case I find even the fireness in a fire, how do we call it intrinsic? Because if you remove the fireness from the fire, then what remains, it's similar to when you remove the treeness from a tree. So what is the difference? I was trying to find out what is the difference between incidental and intrinsic with respect to these examples.
There's no difference. No difference means what? Fire is as much mithya as tree is.
Okay.
Otherwise, fire will become satyam. A tree is mithya. Who said fire is satyam? Fire is not satyam. If fire is not satyam, Brahma satyam, Jagan mithya.
But we know
Tasmadva Atmana Akasha Sambhuta. Suppose I ask you, Akasha is satyam or mithya? What should we say?
it is mithya.
It is mithya. Even though Akasha has Sabda Guna, even though Akasha is basic, fundamental, Eka Gunatmakaha. That's it. The minute Guna comes, it's mithya. Still, fire has heat or not?
Yeah.
Just because fire is mithya itself means it has Guna. Only fire can have heat. Brahman cannot have heat. So, okay, once you have somebody has guna, then you can say intrinsic. What is the basic nature of any entity? Water. Water's basic nature is it flows and it is colorless and it wets. Anything it touches, it wets. Like that, we can give some descriptions. Nothing wrong with that. H2O. Nothing wrong with that. Everything is mithya. H is mithya, O is mithya, flowing is mithya. Look at that. Okay? Wetting is mithya. Everything is mithya. Mithya water has mithya attributes, mithya intrinsic attributes.
So what's the difference between incidental and intrinsic?
Intrinsic is incidental. Means what? Means, see, a tree is a composite. Agni, when we say Akasha and all, we don't take it as a composite. Composite means put together entity. Tree is put together. So Swamiji will take a flower. He will take a flower.
Yeah.
And then he will take one petal out and say, what is this? This is petal. This is petal. Is this flower?
No.
It's not flower. Okay. Then put it aside. Why put it aside? You just said it's not flower. So it has no business being here. Okay. Then put one more petal out.
So there's no flower. It is only a composite of petals.
There is no flower.
Ah.
Correct. So flowerness is incidental. That's why incidentality comes very critical. Once you understand incidentality, go on. Game is over. Mithya. Everything is mithya.
Yeah.
Then you have to ask, what is Satyam? Tell me. Then Shastram becomes very meaningful. Correct?
Yeah.
So nothing wrong in saying intrinsic. To express fire has heat, period. There is nothing wrong with that. But that intrinsicness is also mithya. Incidental means it is even more mithya. Look at that. It's even more mithya. Petal is mithya. Okay, stalk is mithya. The stamen is mithya. All the pollen is all mithya. Everything is mithya. You put all mithyas together, what do you get?
Another mithya.
What do you get? You get Satyam or what? No, you can't get Satyam. You put all mithyas together. You get another. It's like building a castle in the air. How about that? Beautiful castle. It will fall. That is called falling is called incidental. If you analyze it, it is incidental. There's nothing called flowerness. Flower is put together. At least petal you can do this and tap it. Once Swamiji explained it and suddenly I said, oh my God, this is too much. So that's all, ma. So if I understand, we are trying to understand this world of mithya. Everything is mithya. So among mithya, we just say intrinsic. Intrinsic is just a quality, a very undeniable quality of something is called intrinsic. Incidental, when it is easy for you to see that really there is no such thing as that. When you can say that, then it is incidental. Correct. So your point is well taken. That shows you've understood it. So finally, everything is incidental. How about that?
So that petalness is intrinsic.
Finally, everything is incidental. Correct?
Yeah.
Mithya means incidental.
Yeah.
Petal also is incidental only.
Yeah.
Then you have to dig into the petal. And the botanist will not agree with all this. They will tell you so many things about the petal. It will make you immediately see petalness is incidental attribute. Correct?
Yeah.
Because for that botanist, the way you have understood flowerness as incidental, botanist has understood petalness as incidental. I am not able to see it because I don't see anything beyond petal and yellow color petal. That's all I can see. But a child cannot appreciate all this because for the child, this is a beautiful object. This is what I put in the puja room, I have to put it like this. That's all the child knows. You explain the child all this petal and stamen and all, it won't understand what you're talking. Why? Because it needs a little bit more knowledge to appreciate all these things. So good question though, Meera. Good question.
So
Think
till
about it and
till we keep breaking it and trying to find the most fundamental, but still it remains incidental only. Because you say it is incidental only.
it means incidental. That's it.
Incidental. Okay.
Only I is not incidental.
Yeah.
If you put T after the I, what happens? It. It means that's it, over, mithya. That's why dvauhi padarthau. Look at the way our acharyas think. Atma and Atma. No. Anatma is incidental.
Hmm.
Useful. Because incidental body needs incidental food. You can't just brush it aside like that. To understand Atma, I need an incidental body, an incidental mind. Everything. Good question.
Dhanyavada, Guruji.
Yeah. Sir Ramuji, question or commentary?
Just a comment, not commentary, comment only, just a little small one.
No, when you say just, the just goes 10 minutes हो जाएगा यहाँ पर, इसीलिए मैं पूछ रहा हूँ.
No, that they say the simha swapnavat, they say.
Simha Swapnavat. Okay. Simha Swapnavat.
Explaining the Mithya aspect. How it wakes you up. How Advaita Vedanta wakes you up, they say. And another thing is that slogas you explained today, just Swamiji Paramarthananda has done it in Sutra Bhaashyam collections, and that's what is going on in explanation, lecture number 3. Sutra Bhaashyam he is conducting, no? That lectures in that number 3 is explained that, and 3 and 4 all is going to explain further slogas, what you are going to explain now. Just a minute.
What you can do is when satsang is going on, you can type it out so people can at least note what you're saying.
Yeah.
In the chat box, you just type it out.
Okay.
So that way people get the benefit of what you're saying.
Okay. I can do that, no problem.
That might help. And that also will reduce the time also, because sometimes our discussion goes long also.
Okay.
Thank you, Ramaji. Thank you. Good. Hariji, go ahead.
Hari Om. Guruji, there is any difference between intrinsic and swadharma?
I don't know what you mean. You have to define what swadharma is. You have to define what intrinsic is. Only then I'll tell you there's a difference.
No, when we say, when you compare fire with heat, the swadharma of fire is heat.
Okay.
So when we say intrinsic, the opposite of intrinsic is borrowed.
Okay.
The intrinsic quality and the borrowed quality.
Okay.
When we talk about fire and heat is not a borrowed quality of fire. It is an intrinsic. It is.
Good. So everything Hariji is saying is correct. Intrinsic means swadharma. Swadharma, one's own nature. What is it? And so that's correct. We don't in English word, somewhere you have to draw a line and say, yeah, swadharma means intrinsic. One's own nature. Swadharma means one's own nature. Something like that we have to say. So you can say that intrinsic swadharma is fine. They're identical. Dharma. Minute you bring dharma, it is referring to mithya. That incidentality is described by dharma. The treeness is dharma of the tree. That is why Nachiketa is saying, Anyatra dharmat, anyatra dharmat. Finished. One stroke, sab, khatam ho gaya. Correct. Intrinsic also. That's why I said earlier, intrinsic is good to use. So dharma is there. But anyatra dharmat. Where do you go with Swadharma? Anyatra Swadharmat also included in Anyatra Dharmat. So you got to go all the way from Jagat, all the way to Pancha Prithvi, and then Apaha, then Agnihi, and then Vayuhu, then Akashaha, and then finally you have to go all the way to Brahma. So intrinsic dharma of Akasha is there, intrinsic dharma of Vayu is there, intrinsic dharma of Agni is there, intrinsic dharma, everything is intrinsic only. Swadharma only. But Swadharma is part of dharma, and
Karma is mithya.
then it becomes incidental. Initially, you start with intrinsicness and then you move towards incidentality. Correct. It's nothing wrong. In Vyavaharika, Swadharma is there, which is intrinsic. Fire is fire. Any child also can understand what fire is. Why? Because it has clean Swadharma. And undeniable Swadharma is there. No mistaking at all. What it does, you first recognize fire. Lamp, that also is fire. The big fire is also there. So fire means people immediately know what it is. Why? Because that Swadharma is crystal clear for in everybody's mind. And fire and that Swadharma cannot be separated. The object and its dharma can never be separated. Or pakka. Pakka. So is that what you were asking, Hariji?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hari Om.
Good discussion. Good questions. All right. Let's see chat box here. Sutrartho varnyate. Okay. Sutras, etc. Okay. Good. Mute, please. All right. So this so Narayan, in the Vedanta camp, no? Do we have to not ask? No, but you're all discussing, so I don't want to interrupt that. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye. Balu, na varano. Na varano. Enakku irukku vela. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanataya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.